This is reason enough to buy the book. I hope everyone buys the book because it's like the craziest story. It's just absolutely crazy. First of all, I was an invited guest speaker, right, which many people here don't know. I was invited to be there. I had a permit to be on the Capitol grounds. So that's actually why I was there. I was there with a permit to speak. Now, the day went really bizarrely, to say the least, and nothing went as planned, and they weren't letting the speaker speak. I was due to speak. There were about 4 congressmen in the group I was speaking with. I mean, Lauren Boebert was on that list, Paul Gosar was on that list, I'm trying to think, Roger Stone was on that list, a bunch of people. It was a very esteemed group, and that's why I was there. But anyway, the day didn't go as planned, but I was on a mission. I would say for 2 years, 2020, 2021, and halfway through 22, I almost had a compulsion to speak on this, to speak about the health aspect, because I was so offended that they were hiding the truth from people. I have children, one of my children, believe me, one didn't. I mean, this was pervasive, and I knew every family pretty much was going through the same thing. So I just felt an urgency to speak. There was nothing that was going to stop me. So even when they canceled the talks, I'm like, well, I'm speaking, you're not going to stop me. And that's what I did. So I stood there and I spoke. That was the extent of what I did, but I was there. I was on Capitol grounds, and I have to tell you, John was with me, peaceful, of course, it's like goes without saying. People said this was an insurrection. I mean, they said it to me like a day or two later. I'm like, what are you talking about? Not at all. They were like grandma singing Kumbaya. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it was so not what was portrayed. Now, we find out years later that a lot of cell phone video that people were taking was suppressed by tech companies, right? So people were shooting videos, as we do, and the tech companies were not transmitting them. So most people in America didn't know other than what the media told them. The lawyers I ended up hiring, because I ended up, of course, getting arrested for being present, was conservative, right? I hired conservative lawyers. My lawyer, a year after knowing me, we got into a conversation, and he said how many people were there, or something, and he says to me there were 30,000 people. I was like, 30,000 people? I said, there was 1.5 million, and I would only lower it to 1 million. Like, that's the lowest I'll go. So the news reports were saying 30,000, to the point that even my politically conservative attorneys thought it was 30,000. No. 1 million is completely different than 30,000. No one can get those two numbers confused. So you all were being told something that was utterly false.